Good morning, everybody. We've got 33 degrees here in Clinton, Missouri. Hope everybody is having a fine Sunday morning. We're going to give it about a minute. Let everybody jump in if they want to. This will be posted in the room afterwards, so just in case you get in a little bit late, you can watch it in its entirety at your convenience. Hey, Lucky. Good morning. No, I'm not. I think I inhaled so much dust at work the other day. I think all that dust went right down to my lungs. Man, that wind was strong that day. Mercy. Boy, you ain't kidding. So I'm on day 3 of kind of feeling under the weather. So yeah, I don't handle sickness very well. By golly, I'll lose a pinky finger and won't bat an eye. I get a cold and I'm like a 4-year-old. Hey, there you go, hazardous duty pay. I'll talk it over with Boss Man and see how he feels about that. Well, we're going to go ahead and go into this, guys. So, if you guys remember last week, actually, it was about a week and a half ago, we were talking about this cutoff low that is going to be wobbling across the Midwest, and at certain times the track showed the heaviest snow being right over west central Missouri. So we've been keeping an eye on it, and that low pressure system has tracked just about 75, 80 miles to the south of where a lot of the early model runs were showing. So what I'm looking at now is the HRRR model. This is a short-term model that updates every hour using real-time data. Now, the ability of this software program is, and I'll show it here in just a moment, is the ability to have this update every 15 minutes. So it's really not all that important during the winter season. But as we get closer to springtime and severe storm season, having a current update every 15 minutes with a sampling is huge. So this is yet another, another check mark for this program. This was one that was actually suggested to me from several people as far as doing forecasting, long range forecasting. This was one of the better software programs to have. So this was one of the programs I was able to purchase with the fundraiser so far. So be able to utilize this for the next upcoming year. So let's go ahead and put this into motion. You guys are going to be able to see right away. There's going to be it's really kind of an odd setup. There's really going to be a large area of snow that is going to be moving into southwest Missouri. It will be later on, late this afternoon, tonight, into tomorrow morning. So let's go ahead and put this into motion here. Notice we're going to see some rain, maybe even some thunderstorms up through Oklahoma and Arkansas as this system begins to intensify. That was another thing that we had talked about last week, is as this low pressure system moves across this magic zone right down here, the four corners between Oklahoma, Kansas, Missouri, and Arkansas. That's our happy spot in order to receive precipitation here in west central Missouri. And as it comes across, it's going to intensify. However, it's actually the low pressure system is actually going to be going across Texas, Oklahoma into northwest Arkansas, about 100 miles south of what we had originally had thought it could have the possibility to. So notice we'll take a look at temperatures too. Temperatures are going to remain at or just above freezing for all of this area that's receiving snow. And that's due to dynamic cooling. And I'll get to that when we get over to the temperatures. But notice a very narrow band of heavy snow that's going to be moving across northeast Oklahoma and southwest Missouri as we head into the overnight hours after midnight tonight. And it will continue through the first part of Monday. Now notice we did not reach this far into west central Missouri. Now those in Vernon County, southern St. Clair County, now don't be surprised if you get a very quick, brief snowburst as the system comes across overnight tonight or in the morning. But the accumulation will not be there for you guys as it looks right now. Now, all of us here in west central Missouri, we may get some flurries overnight tonight. Maybe in the morning we might see some evidence that we've had a little bit of snow, but we're not going to see any implications from it. And really, I'm not expecting to see any evidence that we've had any snow in the morning, with the way that this track is showing a little bit even more southerly trend. I wouldn't be surprised if we get left out of no precipitation here in west central Missouri. But that is something that I'm constantly keeping my eye on as this moves off to the east. Now let's take a look at total precip, especially for those down in southwest Missouri. So really, once we start getting in the overnight, now you're going to have to keep in mind the totals that it's spitting out right now is what's going to be falling from the sky. If not, what's going to accumulate on the ground. Because on the ground, it's going to be at or above freezing temperatures. So it's going to begin to melt as soon as it hits the ground. However, pretty healthy totals down here in southwest Missouri, anywhere between 3 to 12 inches of snow according to short-term models. However, I would say as far as accumulations on the ground, I would say probably down here from Springfield down through to the Arkansas line, anywhere between 2 to 5 inches of snow could accumulate through the course of this storm. So let's look at temperatures here. I do want to get to temperatures. So take a look. We're going to be here in the 40s today in most of west central Missouri and southwest Missouri. And at the onset of the snow, it's going to be 38, 39 degrees, maybe even 40 degrees when this change over to snow. And it is never too warm for it to snow. What you have to look at is about 1 to 2,000 feet above our heads. And if it's below freezing, at or below freezing at 1,000, 2,000 feet above our heads, then it can snow. And you get the conditions that are just right for dynamic cooling. Now, pretty much, I'm not going to get too much over your head here on dynamic cooling, but because this is such a strong low pressure system and it is strengthening, you're going to get this strong rising motion. Okay, rising air means clouds, means precipitation. As that happens, it will actually cool the air above it. So it can actually change that rain to snow. And that's why it's so tough to predict situations like this and be able to forecast. Because if that low pressure system weakens just a little bit, you don't get that strong rising motion. It doesn't cool as fast, and you get rain instead of snow. But right now, all indications are that it is going to continue to strengthen. We're going to get that strong rising motion that's going to help cool the air, and it's going to be snowing buckets down in southwest Missouri at 36 to 40 degrees temperature. So that's what dynamic cooling is. Now, what's interesting, take a look at the temperature map. Now, you guys remember where the heaviest snow bands were setting up. Now, take a look at the temperature. Because of that dynamic cooling, as I go forward, look at this. That area that is receiving the snow is about 8 to 10 degrees cooler on the surface because of the dynamic cooling. So that's kind of a neat deal. Just gonna take a look here at chat here real quick. Hi Sheila. Yeah, Joplin's gonna be they're gonna be in that probably 1 to 3 inch band. It's kind of maybe where that's setting up. Somewhere in this area is gonna be picking up. It wouldn't surprise me to see some 4 to 6 inch snow totals somewhere here in southwest Missouri. It's really going to depend on where the strongest forcing, that strongest uplift, and it will absolutely come down in buckets. And it's going to have to in order for it to accumulate, with it being above freezing. Hey, Jamer, coming back through Springfield tomorrow. Well, hopefully it'll be tomorrow afternoon. I don't expect a whole lot of issues out on the roads after the snow moves off. It's going to be such a wet snow. A couple passes from MoDOT and the roads are going to be cleared up pretty quick, because the road temperatures are going to be above freezing through the onset of this snow. So I don't expect a whole lot of travel issues after the snow has gone through. Visibilities are going to be near zero during the snow, but afterwards it's not going to take long to clear the roads. All right, brought the truck. That's probably wise. Not as good as gas mileage, but you'll probably be wishing. You'll be wishing or glad that you brought the truck. So I do want to now, right now, if you're hearing some slurps, I'm drinking some hot tea. So um, if anybody is planning on driving or going to friends down in Southwest Missouri tonight for the Super Bowl, just make sure you keep an eye on the MoDOT road condition maps. And again, I'm not really expecting this really to grab hold until after dark, probably after the game, well after the game tonight, before that snow moves into Southwest Missouri. It will likely be raining and then switch over to the snow sometime, probably likely after midnight tonight down in Southwest Missouri. So anybody traveling down in that area, make sure you keep up with the road conditions down there in Southwest Missouri. You bet, Sheila, my pleasure. So the long range forecast is still in play, guys. We're still expecting Arctic to Canadian air mass. Right now it's looking more of a Canadian air mass, where we could see temperatures back down into the teens, lower 20s, with several chances of snow and rain from about the 17th, 18th through the end of the month and the first few days of March. So we've been talking about that now since cycle number 2 of the LRC. That 18th through the 2nd and 3rd of March, what we've been eyeballing here over the last few weeks, that is the system that brought us those record-breaking cold temperatures back the second week of January. It's going to be cycling through. We're in the 3rd cycle of the LRC. So we are watching for a pretty significant cool down, 12 to 20 degrees below average during that time period, as well as a few chances for rain and snow. So that is definitely on the table. So really the forecast has not changed much at all, and I will continue to keep it up on our social media sites. I posted this on Friday, still holds true today. Cloudy and 45 today. Tonight we may see some scattered snow flurries here in west central Missouri. No accumulations expected here in west central Missouri. The greatest areas where I should say the greatest chance to see any snow activity will be in Vernon and St. Clair County, maybe southern Benton County, sometime after midnight tonight. But again, it's going to be warm enough that snow is going to melt on impact. I'm not expecting any accumulations anywhere in west central Missouri. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday is going to be a slow warm up from 49 up to 58 on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And then again, we're going to be watching for that chance from the 17th through the first few days of March for some Arctic or Canadian air, along with several chances of rain and snow through that. Now the good news is that after that system pulls through, after around the 4th or 5th of March, I believe that is going to be our last chance for winter. So for those that are wanting spring, by golly, that's got to be some good news for you. I do believe that the chances of getting any kind of winter system after those first couple days of March is going to be almost impossible with the El Nino still in place and with the track of the jet stream. So if we can make it through first couple 3 days of March, I think we're gonna be at that tip of the iceberg, and we'll start to roll downhill. So that's the good news. Now, what I also want to do is I just want to take a minute and highlight a couple of our items for the raffle. Now, I'm going to be doing this pretty much all week. We are going to shut down the raffle entries Sunday the 18th, a week from today, at 6 o'clock at night. And then we are going to have our live stream drawing at 7 p.m. Sunday night on the 18th. So still plenty of time to get in if you want to join the raffle. I posted last night, we're at 93 or 94% of our goal. Unbelievable the amount of generosity this room has garnered. So I'm very humbled and very excited what that is going to bring here this spring to our room. So thank you guys so much. The first thing I want to highlight is this is going to be a gift set, and it is donated by Holly Litton. She is an independent pampered chef consultant. Her information is right there on your screen. So this goodie bag is actually going to have a Pampered Chef 2-quart mixing bowl, beer bread mix, which I have had before. It's been a little while. It's been a couple years, but very, very good. And a tart pan with the lid. This will all come together in a gift set, and it's donated by Holly Linton, an independent pampered chef consultant here in West Central Missouri. So thank you very much, Holly. I'm sure there's several people out there that would love to get their hands on this set. So that is one item that is going to be in the raffle. A second item that was donated anonymously is, for those that love to read, this is a book by Reed Timmer, famous storm chaser. Had a series on the Discovery Channel called Storm Chasers. This is I've read this book. I have this book. But what's interesting is that this is also a signed book from Reed Timmer. So, let me bring this over. It is signed inside the front cover from Reed Timmer. So we have an autographed book, Into the Storm, by Reed Timmer. Thank you so much, whoever did donate this as one of our prizes. So those are just a couple of donated prizes that everybody's going to have a chance to win next Sunday night at 7 p.m. We are very, very close to our goal. Thank you guys so very much for all your generosity. This has been so much fun, and I cannot wait till next Sunday. Got some exciting things planned, and just excited to see some winners next Sunday. So, just a basic recap. Again, the forecast has not changed. Sunday, cloudy, 45. Tonight, we'll see some scattered snow flurries. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, we begin that gradual warm-up. And then Arctic Air Watch from February 17th through the first day of March. So I will be updating social media sites as we go through today. And if anybody has any questions, if you're going to be out there on the roads, feel free to message me. I'm going to be around the computer just laying low all day. Unfortunately, I am not going to any Super Bowl parties tonight. Hopefully I can stay home and rest and drink lots of tea and be able to to get this behind me. I am ready to start feeling better, especially with spring right around the corner. Hey, Chris, getting an early start on spring sounds great. Yes, yes, it does. I am so ready. So yeah, looking long range out, it's going to be really tough to be able to tap into any colder weather, any of that Arctic Canadian air, because it's beginning to retreat right now. So that Arctic jet stream is beginning to retreat back up to the north as we speak. So it's going to be really tough for any of these systems to be able to pull in any of that cold air as we go forward after the first week of March. It's going to take a powerhouse of a storm to do that. So I'm not expecting to see anything of that like going forward. If anybody has any questions, I'm just hanging out here. Feel free to pop a question in the chat. We'll take a look here at, I'm going to go through a couple models here. So I wanted to show you guys also. So we are actually looking at this ARRR model. It's short-term model. It's 18-hour intervals, and it's updated every hour. This is updated every 15 minutes. So let's take a look at that here real quick. And we might have this. So that model run is still loading. So we'll go 15 minutes back, and we'll take a look at give it a chance for it to load. So yeah, so this 15 minutes ago, this model run is showing that it's just starting to get its act together. Late Sunday night. Hey, you bet, Lucky. Man, I'm looking forward to spending some time on the front porch with you guys this spring. So this is going to be a great tool as we get closer to severe storm season. We're going to be able to see what that line of storms is projected to do as it comes into west central Missouri, and it's sampling real-time data every 15 minutes. So very excited be able to have the ability to be able to use this very up-to-the-minute data that will be coming in. So let's take a look one more time. For those that might have came in just a little bit late, and we'll take a look at wanted to see what the time frame between the models. So yeah, it's starting really late. Oh, after midnight for Southwest Missouri, Joplin, Springfield. Just trying to get the feel for about the time frame for our friends down there in Southwest Missouri. Now some of these other, let's go with the North American model here. So the American model is showing some snow bands in southern Vernon County, St. Clair County, Benton County. So this is the latest run of the American model, and it was put out a few hours ago. So it's not updated quite as frequently. And when I see this, and then I see the short-term model shown a little bit further south, that gives me kind of an idea that the trending of this low pressure system is a little bit further to the south. However, like I said, do not be surprised if you see some snowburst in Vernon, St. Clair, Benton counties overnight tonight, tomorrow morning. It's not going to be out of the question to see some snowburst down here. Likely not going to have any impact on travel, but don't be surprised. It's just, so I thought somebody said it wasn't going to snow. There is likelihood that some of us are going to see some snow flurries, maybe some snowburst, but the accumulating snows are going to stay well to our south along the I-44 corridor. Let's take a look at the euro, see what the euro is showing. This is the European. So it's showing about the same thing, showing some few snow bands in Vernon, southern St. Clair, Benton County. Maybe some isolated showers up here in Henry Bates County. But for the most part, it's keeping the heavier bands of snow right along the I-44 corridor. So that's a pretty good consensus with all the models that the accumulating snows are going to stay to the south of west central Missouri. Hey Wyatt, what are you doing, little buddy? Are y'all ready for the Super Bowl? My good buddy Wyatt, he comes into the store quite frequently. We talk about Chiefs and sports cards, and pretty good dude that Wyatt is. So again, I'm still expecting we're going to see some TSP down here in southwest Missouri. Joplin, Springfield, Aurora. I got a cousin that lives down there. The teachers, they're probably excited for the possibility of having a snow day the day after Super Bowl. So we are going to be seeing probably some TSP in the 60 to 80% range right down here in southwest Missouri, at least for a late start for the school down here in southwest Missouri. So I'm kind of excited to see how much snow is actually going to be dumped down here in southwest Missouri and into Oklahoma and Arkansas, because this is such a unique system. It's going to be above freezing. Matter of fact, it's going to be between 36 and 40 degrees. And they're talking snowfall of anywhere between 2 to 4 inches, with some outside totals of 4 to 6 inches possible. So, it's a pretty dynamic storm that is going to be moving across. And again, about a week ago, this was set up right on top of west central Missouri. So it was something we definitely had to keep our eye on for us here in west central Missouri. But luckily, it seems to have is going to grace the presence down to our friends in the Southwest Missouri. You pulled a rookie, Emmitt Smith. Oh, you lucky dog. You lucky dog. I want to see it. So next time you come into the store, I want to take a look at it. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a morning, and get drinking some more of my herbal tea. And thank you guys for joining in. I wanted to make sure I had a live stream this morning. Hopefully everybody can understand me all right, because I'm not sure how much of a voice I'm going to have left tonight. So, but anyway, keep healthy, and I will be updating all the social media sites on the current forecast. And if anybody has any questions, just give me a holler. We'll be highlighting some more prizes for our raffle as we go through this week. Remember, it ends 6 o'clock Sunday night, the 18th. Won't be taking any more donations or entries. And we will be doing a live giveaway at 7 p.m. next Sunday. Thank you guys so much for the generosity you've given so far. We've got some exciting things planned. I'm excited as all get out. So have a great Sunday. Go Chiefs. Remember, if you go to a Super Bowl party, drink responsible. Have a designated driver. Enjoy the Chiefs win. Let's not put anybody in danger out there on the road. So enjoy, drink responsibly, and I'll be talking to all of y'all very soon.